You. Hello. It's Wednesday. Yeah. That's right. Yes. No, I know. Okay. What's up, folks? How you doing? Welcome. It is a brand new day. In fact, YouTube, y'all late getting in here. I'm sorry. My apologies. God, this freaking microphone arm. Someday. It is late getting started today, but I promise it's for good reason. There's a new video out on the main channel if you want to go check it out, but I promise you also don't want to check that out because we've got good things. Ooh, we got good things going on today. 4.6 is in the PTU. We're going to be jumping into the game to check that out. Night vision, new space stations, a couple new locations around the game, and whatever else might be up to offer. I've got the patch notes here for us to look through so we can like double check and see what is up. And then, why can't I go to the other screen? I can't go to my other... Is it because of Star Citizen? It probably is. Yeah, we're full screen. Let me go into my other screen. That's so weird. We got the patch notes so we can see what actually is going to be in the game, and then I'm gonna jump in with you. We're gonna see what's up. How you doing? How you doing this lovely Wednesday hump day, dude? Amsterdam, Mr. Vallis, Vast and Maverick just in here having conversations before we get started, and Avocado, Mr. Vacado. Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Welcome in. Lurch Lord, North Star. That was weird the way I said that, but I liked it. Ride Hood. Good to see you. 98 Infinity. As opposed to 99. It's an interesting choice. Why 98? Is that a birth year? Arctic, Mr. Wolf, Zero Death, Deja. Welcome. Welcome. Love to see some familiar names in the chat. Vartano. Mapricha, Mr. PK. He's doing one of these. Love that. I can't actually dance that good in real life, so I appreciate that the emote purveys such great coordination of my arms. Juke. What's up, Juke? I'm not as good with that move either. But thanks for purveying it in the chat. Purveying? Dumb stupid idiot. Don't say things like that. Mischief. Welcome in, shenanigans. Good to see you, Mrs. Tomato, my favorite. Hello, baby. Yui. Good to see ya. And the one, the only Scalper Knight. Hello. Zero. Mr. Chip, Fox, Trulin. You guys ready for a good day? Y'all ready to see some stuff? We're gonna jump into the PTU. Like I said, but I'm gonna let all these shaders load. Just for good luck. I hear if you let the shaders load, then the boogeyman doesn't come find you on Christmas. Of course, we'll be starting... Actually, we're going to be starting in Loreville today to see a couple other things that may or may not be new. But we are going to be, like I said, checking out the patch notes first. What have you guys heard? What's the good news? Is this it? Is it finally the patch? Something new just went live in live. Oh, they did the thing with the stuff and the cargo thing. Good for them. Is this it though? Is this the patch that changes everything? Is Star Citizen finally ready for release? You guys think Squadron 42 could be coming out in the next coming weeks? News? A news report? Thank you, PK. I guess we have to get started with news first. I'm doing good, Chip. I'm doing good, dude. I hope you're having a good day. Tired Media, Mr. Dead Tired. Hello. Raptor X said, hell no. Yeah, I bet not. Lamp. Lamp is in the game, though. Light amplification. The old lamp. I've got a good old deep dive for us here. I've got all of the... Not all. I've got a lot of the mentions going. Dude, look at how young Johnny Gisaveus looks in this video. All the way back to 2018, all the different times that they got asked about night vision. We're going to go through all of them, leading up until finally the release today, or yesterday, I guess, essentially, in the player hands. Oh yeah, we'll be checking out the Polaris. Yes, I don't even think I have access to one of those in the PTU, but maybe we can commandeer one. You knew I would do that. Yeah. That's kind of a given, right? You do love that lamp is not ready for feedback, but that's all everyone giving feedback on. It's actually pretty funny that what I'm seeing is the way people are talking about it. It's actual. Look at this conversation. Are you surprised? CIG, they don't half-ass stuff. And then like further down, they're just like, there's a lot of love for how good of a feature this. I haven't even seen it with my own 2 eyes yet. But this whole conversation is like people talking about, and then this guy's like, did you really just say that? They half-ass almost all features. And yeah, I just think it's interesting the way conversation can shift when something lands right. And again, I haven't seen this feature yet, but I do hear it looks good. And we're about to see it ourselves. But first, the news. It's Tuesday. Wait, it's not Tuesday. Wednesday news day. It's Wednesday and there's news. Pricing surge is starting today. We talked about this earlier on in the week. And now they've made the announcement. The pricing surge is beginning a new time-limited in-game activity. As we move through 2026, Star Citizen is evolving not just in what we deliver, but in how we deliver it, alongside upcoming changes to patch scheduling that we will talk about in more detail soon. We are also starting to roll out smaller, targeted pieces of content that can go live without waiting for a full patch. Pricing surge is the first of these. The goal is to create short-term, high-impact opportunities in the live universe that react to what is happening in the verse, give players new ways to engage, and let us adjust and iterate faster based on how you play. Now, there are 2 approaches to this. There is obviously the thought process that this is a bit of a crutch for an economy that doesn't exist. There is also the possibility that this is something that's supposed to live alongside an economy. And so I do completely understand if people are unhappy that we're not seeing a dynamic economy implemented and instead this is being added. But I don't think it's a zero-summed game. I think I'm actually going to try and pull up a video here that I think they might have talked about something like this back when they were talking about, brace for it everybody, hold on to a wall nearby, back when they talked about quantum. Shit. Dad! It's past. Sorry, that was a stampede of angry citizeners. Only happens when you mention that or the other one, the double M's. We won't talk about that. Continuing on, they actually describe what pricing surge is. Pretty important. Taking advantage of a glut of salvaged Atlassium in the wake of unusually high number of capital ship battles. A few clever vendors in the Stanton system have cornered the market of rare materials, selling it at a premium price. For those of you without the AUEC at hand, the vendors are also offering higher than average prices on a few other commodities that they're eager to get their hands on. This is just... Oh man, I love that. A rather large rat is just like, good bit. I actually appreciate that. So this is like a new version of the journalism updates that we would get, right? Or am I wrong there? Dude, I freaking love this song, man. I can't get enough of this song. I have put it in the new video, and then I was listening to the new video again just to listen to this song, and now it's playing during this stream and I can't focus on what the heck I'm trying to do. because it's so chill. I would be tempted to make this a
Thank you very much.
I really like this. Oh, anonymous! What? Coming in here, dropping in this motherfucker. 5 subs, dude. Thank you. Toes Gang starting off for the day. A lovely hump day Toes Gang from anonymous. 5 subs in the Twitch chat. Can we hear it? Exclamation point Toes in the chat. That I don't actually think that does anything, but say it anyways. Why not? Anonymous. Thank you, friend. I hope you're having a good day, whoever you might be. If you just got gifted a sub, give a shout out to Anonymous and make sure it's with a capital A, because they deserve it. You got a last name, Anonymous? Birthday? A pet? Mother? Somebody you'd like us to give a shout out to on this lovely day? I don't have a guitar to play a song with or anything, but we can give a shout out. There's a whole command for it in chat. The solution to too much money in the economy is to pay more money? Well, yeah. Duh. Where do you think all that money's going? Not to us. We need more of it. So, this is kind of like the price increases on goods, it feels like to me. That was dynamic before. Slightly dynamic. Just a little random. It's just developer run. They say profit-seeking traders are encouraged to seek out and discover those prosperous vendors in the verse, but beware the quantities are limited, and others may be seeking these fortunes in less than friendly ways. This demand is temporary and will fade once their needs are met and their market stabilize with the next major update 4.6. Oh, this is super short. So, my hope with this is, I have no proof or anything, usually I have something to pull up on this. My hope is that this is the kind of thing they used to talk about when they would mention their simulation systems. And it was the idea that they could, say, spike the prices of a good on a planet randomly. You know, there was the dynamic side of everything that could be run by the players or by certain things happening and the game reacting to those certain things and launching other things to counter that. But then there was also the stuff that the developers themselves could launch. I think that was this. Be kind of like this. This is how they used to do their quote-unquote dynamic events like Siege of Orson. Yeah, we're going Tony Z mode. Brace yourselves.
This is Quasar, a new tool that lets us manage dynamic events in the live game. It's linked to the same star map as Quantum and has access to much of the same information. I'm looking through the library of available events, and as I select each one, you can see the input parameters that can be used to customize that particular scenario. We've got quite a few of these at different stages of development, with Fleet Week, Ninetales, and Infiltrator being the next few in the pipeline. I'm going to walk you through a simple dynamic event called Quasar Demo that will show off a few of the systemic hooks we've linked into the mission system, but first I need to specify the inputs. The first thing that it requires is a location, and I'm going to select Port Olisar by simply clicking on the star map. The next couple of variables require a ship type. I'm going to specify Idris for the Defender input and Cutlass Black for attackers. If Quantum were to programmatically trigger an event like this, it'd fill in variables like these with something that made contextual sense. So, for example, it'd be looking at what sort of ships were in the area where the event would be activated to determine what it could consider.
How do we still come back to this video every month?
Difficulty, which in
Because we like the pain, dude. Why do you think we're still following Star Citizen?
this particular case, has simply been configured to dictate the speed at which enemies will appear. The last input, enemies remaining, indicates how many enemies must be destroyed in aggregate across all of the servers in order for the war phase to be completed and the victory phase to be activated. I'm going to set this to 10. With everything configured, I can now activate the event. Quasar communicates this request to the dynamic mission service, which then initializes the backend logic, allocates the global variables, sets up the phase conditionals, informs all of the servers to start any instance logic the event might contain, and quite a bit more.
Okay, it's a lot of
Phase
words.
Color,
So the idea here is that they could start to create shortages or they could basically just trigger certain states to take take place in space stations or locations. This is how Ninetales Lockdown happens, but that is like a packaged situation. It feels basically like this is like the kind of thing they can do now, or at least something that they're trying to test with these sorts of price surging. I don't know how big a deal this could be. I don't know if this is something they're going to do regularly, but it feels like a tool, you know, just like a little opportunity they have to build a little bit more interesting gameplay down the line.
See what Port Olisar's admin office is currently buying. I've minimized the inventory for this test, so I'm only expecting to see a couple of items. That's the full list right there, just hydrogen and processed food. The modify shop phase has been set up to activate when the backend variable called current phase has a value of 1, so I'm going to set it to that. The phase just turned green, meaning that it's enabled, and any changes to the backend data have now been applied. It applied a shop modifier to crank up the demand for food at Port Olisar, so let's see what's happening to the price. It was stable for a long time with just some minor fluctuations. Now,
okay, so here's the dynamic part that I'm guessing is what we're missing. And this is the part that probably, like, I understand being a little unhappy, and I would love to see if they can, like, can they have this price surge but then have it fix itself dynamically and naturally? Can they have this be something that changes based on what we're doing? Because they've talked about now that cargo hauling has these tiers, right? And these tiers have dynamic price shifts that change how much you can make based on what kind of boxes you're running in what ship. There's a whole post about it. We went over it a few weeks ago, but that is the first part of dynamic pricing and returns and profit in cargo hauling. So Can they have this happen with this pricing surge? I'm not sure exactly why this needs to be static or is static, or if it's going to remain static. But hopefully, maybe a Star Citizen Live, they can talk a little bit more about what they want to achieve with these kinds of in-game activities that they're talking about. Where they say they're going to do short-term high-impact opportunities in the live universe to react to what is happening in the verse. It sounds like shorter versions of the missions and contract lines we're already running. But again, it'd be cool to see something a little bit more dynamic tied into it. I hope that a dev will sit down on Star Citizen Live soon and talk about this.
So it's gone through the roof, the direct result of all that increased demand. So players and Quanta would be incentivized by higher prices to help correct this imbalance in the economy. This phase also had a shop modifier add a new item for purchase, and you can see that Quantum already knows about it. I'm going to flip.
You hear how he's using the two terms, quantum and quant? Never mind.
Back to the client, though, so that we can verify that this really did affect the inventory within the game. Sure enough, the shop is now looking to purchase a new item, medical supplies. Manual control over the economy like this is not intended to be a substitute for Quantum's systemically derived adjustments, but simply gives us the ability to occasionally nudge the system in a particular direction to add some interest or layer a compatible story onto the background environment or an existing trend.
So that is the acknowledgement right there, that this isn't a dynamic economy replacement. It is something to exist besides. I was kind of talking. Sorry about that.
Control over the economy like this is not intended to be a substitute for Quantum's systemically derived adjustments, but simply gives us the ability to occasionally nudge the system in a particular direction to add some interest or layer a compatible story onto the background environment or an existing trend. Message there indicating that the Port Olisar admin office needs food and what they're willing to pay for it.
So that's actually what we started to see. This is what I was talking about with the journal entries with the price changes. This is what we started to see happening over the course of the last couple of years, but it didn't get expanded on too much. This could be them starting to expand on it.
Reaching out, looking for ways to obtain more supply. It will do this by sending a message that will be recorded in a special area of your journal reserved for price alerts, which is basically a precursor to being able to create and post missions. You can see the message there indicating that the Port Olisar admin office needs food and what they're willing to pay for it. This feature gives designers the ability to dictate at a systemic level how shops will respond to inventory gluts and shortages, and this functionality will soon—
Hey, he said the glut word. Look at that. Sorry, that's not really
be extended to things other than commodities. An area suffering from too much piracy, for example, might offer to pay mercenaries to come to their aid. This is fundamentally different than the brute force tactics we currently rely upon to create missions and dictate when they're available, and it's far more flexible and powerful.
We still currently rely on those, just, almost 5 years later.
What you're really seeing here are the first signs of the dynamic mission system starting to flicker to life, and once it hits full stride, it's going to transform the gameplay experience.
It's still not
Next,
at full
let's take a
stride
look-
though. It's still flickering. It's still f***ing flickering.
Look at how dynamic events allow encounter probabilities and interdiction frequencies to be adjusted.
Oh my god, I hate this song's ending. And I say it every time. It's got 1 star on my list.
This is the probability volume around Port Olisar. You can see that piracy, the red curve, and security, the blue, are inversely related.
So this is the dynamic part. We won't get into this, but you guys, we've talked about probability volumes on this channel plenty. This is the part that like we're still waiting to happen in more and more obvious ways. Probability volumes and haulers, pirates, and security NPCs all actually functioning and like flying around and making a presence is huge. It's not existent, and so that's why we're not talking about it here. But these price adjustments, this dynamic pricing surge thing that's not actually dynamic, the ability for the designers to reach in and take care of this and start these new quote-unquote events that may or may not play out kind of like Jumptown but on a more legal sense. It's practice, right? It's testing, it's practice, it's finding more ways to do more interesting things that they can maybe flesh out and make better later. Most importantly, I'm hoping it is starting to dig their heels in to make more interesting dynamic opportunities and just to create a less static game. If that has to start with dev intervention first, cool. Once we can get the actual simulation running, I'd love to hear more about that, or even maybe beforehand. But this is just a look into these pricing surges. They're starting today, right now, in a live server, and they are covering a couple different commodities, along with the Atlassium, I guess, and you'll have to find the locations and vendors for those. That's a little exploration. Bring a gun, probably. Yeah, it's the start of something that could be exciting. The economy still has not gotten out of bed yet, dude. The poor economy is like, it's such a, we just beat it up. That's really it. Let's see. Pricing surge. All right, so we got a PTU wave 1. Take that. Well, the thing is, like, how much does the economy matter when we can't really do... that's not true. The economy matters a ton. It really sucks, honestly, that nothing changes in pricing and things don't really shift that much. I can't even make an excuse for that. Help us, economy. You're our only hope. Interesting, they're making low-tier things like Altritoxin and Pitambu and others more valuable as well. Nice to not hyper-focus just the most expensive things. At least we're getting more into that kind of a territory, especially with crafting on the horizon. All right. I missed a couple of subs, and somebody wants Mrs. Tomato to shoot me. Thorn. That's a little rude. Commander, though, Mr. KW, thank you so much for the sub 8 months with the Prime. Oh, appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're having a lovely day, a good stream, and a great week. Smev, thank you as well. 16 months is, wow, that's a time and a half, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for being a part of the garden this long. Mr. Garden Gang. Much love. Anonymous. Oh, that was the 5 gifted subs from Anonymous. Beautiful, lovely. Thanks guys for the hype train getting that started. And we've got a monthly report. What? It just looks like more forced PvP. Really? It's just pricing differences. How is that more forced PvP? Whoa. I.
Not working.
Okay, that's good.
Why is it
Did you know that there's a survey in the launcher? I did not know that. Her gun's broken. I'm guessing it's the, Ow! Ow! Shit! Oh, it's working now! Thank you. Thanks, Thorn. Lovely. I don't know where there's a survey. I don't see one. But that's probably the game survey that they've been doing since the beginning of the year. Sylvan. Hello, friend. Mr. Friendo. Can we get a round of applause for this guy? Already a Star Citizen celebrity, Sylvan has now come in and changed the whole freaking virtual reality environment. I have seen people outside of the Star Citizen circle talking about Sylvan's work in and the rest of the team that was working with Sylvan in getting the, it's very light for a point patch, interesting, in getting the virtual reality functionality working in Star Citizen. Very much appreciated. I'm hoping to try it out soon myself. Good to see ya. Vandal, thank you for the heads up. Totally matters even though all the game loops aren't in yet. We just have to understand that they will change and that some level of balance is the goal. That's fair. Mr. Chip also wanting me to get shot. What is with you guys wanting me to get shot? There's nothing good about it. Except for Mrs. Tomato gets to have some fun. Your mom asked you about Star Citizen VR. Would she walk into the room one day and she's like, hey, 98 Infinity, did you hear that Star Citizen got VR? Is that fucking Sylvan guy? Holy crap. Sylvan, dude. You're popping up in all the most unexpected circles. Congratulations. Just got back from watching the Expanse video you posted. Can't wait for base facility refining, as that will make more sense with your plans. Hell yeah, dude. I'm hoping we see refining this year for sure. What more reason do we have for you to get fired at? That's fair. That's a good point. All right. Roadmap roundup. Where you at? For some reason, I clicked on your link and it brought me here. A little rude. Here we go. All right, folks. Roadmap roundup, January. This is the first one. Now, remember, last year, our first roadmap roundup was... I want to say the 26th. The 26th or 28th? Yeah, the 26th of February. This was the first roadmap roundup we got when they came in and they showed us, here's kind of the direction we want to go for the year. They usually do this at the beginning of the year because the first month is testing. Or not testing, but like planning and figuring things out. So they usually do this huge drop to explain everything. And I feel like this year is a little different because they're kind of just going with the momentum they already have. They've been planning out ahead a few quarters. We saw them talking even last year in like the summer of last year, talking about how narrative was already starting on the content for next year, and they're on a rolling schedule, I think, a lot more than they have been in previous years. So I think this roadmap roundup will be different. It's definitely coming earlier, and this January update is definitely more significant stuff earlier in the year than we're used to. So we'll see. Yeah. Already different. So, notable changes for 4.6 here are the cockpit light amplification mode, implementing light amplification on the canopies of limited set of vehicles. That's too bad. Allowing players to more easily navigate the verse in low light conditions. This is the big one. This is the highlight, I think, probably of 4.6. For a lot of folks, this is like the biggest update we've seen on a feature in a while, and it's a pretty good implementation. We are not going to do it here on this video, but we've got a deep dive here planned to go over just how many times people have asked for this and what they've been saying about it for the last 7 years until we've finally gotten it. Next up is Clearing the Air. It's a new event implementing a system-wide crisis on Levski built around the Molina mold outbreak, sending players across Nix and Stanton on hauling, courier, resource gathering, kill ship, recovery cargo, station escort, and defend ship missions. Just like this is really just another chance for them to have us run the same missions we're already running, but throw some narrative appeal on it. It's really just a little flavor. I appreciate it as somebody who was playing Star Citizen for the last 6 years and had to deal with literally no narrative. But I do understand this is just the same missions for the most part that we've already been running. I do appreciate that it's, I guess, bringing more content to Nix. But I'm still waiting for FPS content on space stations. We also have new resource gathering missions implementing an expanded list of missions to our resource gathering archetype. Find, gather, and deliver raw or refined mineable ores or salvageable ship pieces for a variety of corporations. We got new supply kiosks, Kelto. Small Kelto-owned supply kiosks in major cities of Stanton, giving crews access to engineering tools and essential provisions. This is actually super important because the only one that really had great stuff to buy, I guess Microtech and... No, everybody had a decent shop for food, I would say, except for Lorville. I'm glad Lorville's getting something now. Weapon Art Refactor. Updating visual material and texture for the following weapons and equipment. The P4AR, FS9, P6LR, Tractor Beam, Cambrio SRT tool, the medical device, and the Ripper SMG. Okay. So, not a crazy huge update. I'd say still, I don't think this is... It's funny, last year set expectations so that this doesn't feel like a 4.6. I'd say if this came before 4.0 or 4.1, then 4.6 would be reasonable for these. They haven't even updated the roadmap. But because of the way they denoted the major patches last year, it does feel a little bit like this falls a bit short of that. That being said, the light amplification is pretty nice. The new set of missions, that's more content. And what else was there? I already forgot. The new space stations in Nix. I believe there are some new space stations in Nix as well that are coming in. Yeah, resource gathering missions, actually. Those are pretty good. The mining missions are good. We've been waiting a long time for those, like years. So that's nice. It's a decent patch. It's not a huge patch, but it's certainly a faster start to the year than normal for CIG. And I think that's worth taking note of. And we could talk a little more about that as we soak this in and figure out everything that's in 4.6. Speaking of which, let's jump in game now and go check it out. Holston Coop, thank you so much for the membership on YouTube, my dude. 61 months this guy's been here. Can we get a bow, 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 please? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Holston Coop was an OG GII cat herder. Dude was putting together docs, running events, helping to get things squared away. And it's come such a long way since then, dude. I really appreciate what you put in to help us with that. I hope to see you returning to the gameplay at some point someday in the future. We got a lot of industrial gameplay that needs to be industried. And I hope you're having a lovely time right now, man. You at home? You traveling for work? What you up to? Just got back from watching the Expanse video. I already read that comment. I didn't fall that far behind here. You must hate the roadmap on general principle. Your old change confuses you. They want to change your P6 LR's looks. They're going to make it look better. They're going to make it look better. It'll be nice and cute. Give it a kiss. Okay, so we got the Alliance 8 event. We've got the new salvage and mining missions. We got some space stations. We got LAMP. We've got a new Kelto Center in Loreville to check out. We got a few things to check out. Let's get stuck in. Star Citizen. Star Citizen. The way that British people say Star Citizen is Star Citizen. Just squaring away some admin stuff on the side. It really helps if I take care of this stuff right now instead of waiting until after the stream when I forget everything, because you guys have seen my memory, right? You felt that as a British person? How many British people just said it out loud to themselves? Or do you don't need to hear it to know it? It's kind of always been a reality. Okay, so we have reset the patch deaths down to 0 for 4.6. And that already makes us much, much better at this game than we were just a week ago. Look at how good we are. We don't even die. Also, we are running on the new capture card. Everybody knock on some wood. Find some very quickly and knock on it, please. And we have upgraded the RAM. So hopefully now Google Chrome and Star Citizen will agree with one another. Let's head into the city real quick and see this new Kelto. See it to believe it with our own two little eyeballs. What about the 4.6 event missions? Yeah, that's gonna try and hit that up today too. We all did. Hello. Dun 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 dun. Look. It's Kelto. Hey, buddy. Okay. Great talk. So this is nice because you can get like the stuff that you... It's a little bit funny to see fuses and industrial equipment served next to burritos. But... okay. Sure. Why not? At least you can get all the stuff you need. Hey, you know what? I doubt we're gonna have this shop here by the time we reach 1.0. In my opinion, you guys just need to put whatever you need to give the players what they need to test the game and run it and everything, and we'll figure it all out later in terms of what's appropriate or not. So I do like that now we can get these kinds of equipments here. Good for us. How much was that RAM? I didn't buy it. I was actually just sitting on it. I had RAM sitting off to the side because people told me not to use it. No loading screen? Did I see the loading screen? Was it the same old one? Actually, why don't we get dressed up here? Kind of dumb of me to go down there and get dressed when I can come up here, get dressed, and get some equipment while we're at it. So let us...
How are things with you? Made a run, take me out of my Salvage over the weekend. Totally lost track of time. You know, getting everything loaded. Finally take off at night.
Let's get something nice and fancy on.
Drunk, I were both. Nearly grabs me out of the sky.
I've heard, stranger, if you can believe that.
Baltzen! My dude! All the noise for this guy. Hey, I appreciate you, my man.
Thank you.
Baltzen dropped in here, blessing us with 5 memberships on YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And the YouTube alerts are still repeating themselves Are you guys hearing that? Are you hearing a YouTube alert for every single member that's dropping in? Seems like that still's happening. Thank you very much. It doesn't even show up on this screen. Why is that? Where did it go? Oh, wait a second, guys. I just realized something. Hold on. Hold on a second. This. I put a mask on this screen. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Thank you, Balton. Just the one time you heard it? Okay, so it was just for me. That's fair. As long as it's not happening for you guys, I guess. Let's put on some Oma. I wish I could wear a heavy backpack with a medium armor. That would be nice and handy and dandy and beautiful. Why am I dressed like that? Give me a properly functional inventory. Toes. I'm dumbstruck, dude. I could have sworn that I had a medium black and red armor available to me just in front of me. And then I accidentally replaced it with this hunk of junk. Dude, this is such ugly armor. Guess this is medium armor. That'll have to do. And the medium backpack. Oh my god! What the fuck, man? What did they do? I can't wear that. That's disgusting, bro. What is that backpack? Why does it look like that? It's got to be a medium backpack in here. There we go. That's acceptable. Marine 17 with the Twitch sub. Thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Leroy Jenkins. That just makes me think of old Greg. It's weird. But that's just the way it is. I'm old Greg. Alright. Let's see. Tractor beam, mining attachment, SRV attachment. You don't know what we're going to be getting into these days. Grab one of these. And just in case, I'm going to go see if I can get some armor from that Kelto. Or some ammo. If that's a possibility. Oh, we need a helmet too. The Polaris got a massive update. Yeah, let's see if I've got access to one of those. I'm thinking I don't. But if I do, it'd be cool to look around. Alright. Fashion is always the MMO endgame. Hey. 4.6 is kind of super uneventful. Roadmap Roundup has nothing new. Who wouldn't want a slice of Hunt's Brothers pizza while shopping at Best Buy? Pizza, dude. You know, I haven't had pizza in a while. Alright, med pens. Let's see if they do have any... Oh, we could get a couple fuses just in case. I have not needed to replace a single fuse so far. A moussaka burrito. What? That's hilarious. Mrs. Tomato, they got a moussaka burrito in here. She loves moussaka. They don't even have any crews. I'm out here trying to find ammo. They don't even have crews. I feel robbed. Large grocery stores sell motor oil. Yeah, but do they sell, like, spark plugs? And it ain't even a large grocery store. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a gas station, kind of, selling a spark plug. Which maybe you could find. Come to Sweden, you'll buy me a pizza? Hell yeah, bro. Honestly, I feel like that, like the pizza subsidizes the plane ticket at that point. That's right. I already did this. I have no ammo. We have an arc pistol, arc Starlight pistol ammo. All right, let's see if we at least have a Polaris. Come on,
Welcome
come on.
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Some larger gas stations actually do. Yeah, that's true. I've seen them. No, we don't have access. That's too bad. Well, maybe we can come across one and sneak on board. In the meantime, how about we grab a shiv? Solo Shot, good morning to you. How are you doing today? This lovely Wednesday. I hope it's treating you like the fantastic individual you are. Oh wait, why am I taking a shiv? I should grab a ship where the night vision works. Which ones?
The ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yours is the loaner, so you don't have it in the PTU. Is there anywhere I can buy it in game yet? No, you have to unlock that, huh? What are the ships that have the night vision that I should pull out? I'm guessing it's a pretty small list. Titan, Cutlass, and Hornet. Is that it? They don't even list the ships that have it. Scorpius has it. Golem has it.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, I think we have the Golem. Cutlass has it. Mole has it. Ooh. Hornet and Golem. Let's see if we can get a ship with an interior. Yeah, Cutlass Black would be solid. Designing a pretty fun system at work. It's always nice to have fun at work. The Vulture has it. Oh, the Vulture having it means we could actually tackle one of those gathering missions. Let's see. IRG Easy Salvage. Is this new? Use your salvage ship to salvage abandoned ships for RMC. Are these the new salvaging missions? Oh shoot, look, a hand mining mission. Bro, yeah, let's go. That's so exciting. I'm so freaking happy to see hand mining missions. I'm gonna start doing these more on stream, that's for sure. That's my kind of gameplay, dude. Send me out to a cave. Let me find some stuffs. Gladius has it too. Okay. The Wolf has it. Now there's what I'm taking. I will grab the Vulture and we'll take these salvage missions as well.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Actually, do I even have a Vulture? I don't see why. I don't know why I'm assuming that I do. Hey, we do. That works.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
A lot of new missions inside priority. Yeah, dude, that was 49 I saw. Night flying was one of your main off-puts from flying, but now it won't be a big deal. Yeah, I will be so much more willing to go and do stuff on planet side now that I can see the ground when I'm flying. This is going to be a major change to the game. Absolutely. No ship mining missions. I'm thinking the FPS mining is meant to be starting stuff, and once you do this, it unlocks the ship mining. It would make a lot of sense because then, you know, they're not assuming you have a mining mission, but we'll try this out. We'll take first the salvage mission, then we'll double back around and we'll try a mining one. Did they just update the roadmap? No, it's still not updated on my end. All right. Hello. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done any salvage. All right. So, this is the 4.6 PTU, and there are a couple things to check out in this update. Obviously, there's a lot to jump into to determine whether or not this deserves the 4.6 moniker, but we've got night vision, we've got salvage missions, we've got new locations, and I want to check out the salvage missions right now, as well as look at what the night vision does for us while we're out doing that. So, we are going to take one of the beginning introductory missions that just got added in 4.6. Kind of just tells you to go out and salvage abandoned ships. Not sure entirely what's included in that, or even if like there's some kind of danger level I should be aware of, but I will let you guys see everything it says 1 second. If we could scroll down, that'd be cool. There we go. It almost works. So the first one just tells you to get some RMC. We're gonna grab this one though. Telling us to go out to some place and return some of the goods to a mining claim.
You are cleared for liftoff.
There's the lamp. We'll wait till we get somewhere dark to make ultimate use of it. Oh my god, they put no windows up here. I can't see. What's going on above me? Did you guys open the door? No, of course not, because I'm in
You
Lorville.
are cleared for liftoff.
What's up then, Daniel? There we go. Hey, it's raining.
That's the dynamic
Bro.
switch.
Oh, we're actually back in California right now, man. Thanks for asking. Can I reproduce the picture that represented the lamp system with the vulture when it's activated and you look inside and outside from the platform? I will do that while we're salvaging. Remind me when we're up there. Alright, they're not going to let us target the space station. So we'll target it ourselves. Looks like we're headed out there. They're taking us out past towards ArcCorp. We're headed out to the Arc L1 area. Interesting choice. So not exactly a local mission. Yeah, I can turn my graphics settings back up now, right? Oh, they're already up. Silly. What's going on? Let me track. Why not let me jump? Man, I hate that it resets your view every time. Okay, of course. Star Citizen Quantum Travel being Star Citizen Quantum Travel. No, we're not in Los Angeles. We're up closer to the San Francisco area. Lamp is so cool that all the lamp shades went to hang out with it. Bastin. No wipe for 4.6, no. And they're not gonna just surprise us with one. Do we have lamp for any of the Asperia ships? That I don't know. I feel like the Asperia ships should, like, in lore, be the easiest ones to do that. Because they're already using a camera, kind of. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it's about time we finish up this chocolate box. Mr. Fola, God bless you, sir. I'm gonna miss these chocolates. These were amazing. My last one is a square of pure... What is this called? Yanduja. This has been the best box of chocolates I've ever had, and top 5 best Christmas gifts. Birthday gifts, sorry, ever received. Thank you so much. God bless. The man knows my passions. What can I say? It's not like I don't, I guess, talk about chocolate a lot. I'm gonna order another one of these, to be honest. Oh my god. Wow. All right. Now, we're here in this mission location, and the first thing that becomes apparent to me is this is just a delivery spot. The point of this mission is not to go somewhere and salvage something specific. The point of this mission is to get a certain amount of material from somewhere and turn it in. This is a resource gathering mission, and I do wonder if you could technically just steal a box of RMC and a box of CNC and then turn that in. Since we're already out here, we'll see if we can find some salvage. Apollonis, good morning to you. Let's also get some music that fits the theme a little bit more. This is like a nice vibing place out here. The night vision, let's see it. So here is Drake's night vision turned on. As you can see, it only affects the visor. It only affects the glass. This is a shader that they put onto the glass that actually translates the light into a different color and, I guess, frequency? Frequency and amplitude? Not as great in space. Obviously, you don't have as much of that detail, but it still gives you the idea. And I do appreciate that it's just on the glass. That is a very cool effect. We'll hit the planet side soon and find something. You know, it's looking like actually, how about we head to a moon? Let's head to a local moon and see if we can just find a random ship. These kinds of missions could be that genuine spur that some people need to just go out and start exploring different locations to try and find things to collect. We're gonna head to Lyria. Usually more ships around there. If there are any player ships out there with shields off, that's what we're looking for. Is it still active in third person? No. Well, I mean, it's only active on the glass, so it's active in third person. You can see it. You see it there on my ship. So the glass has it active, but it's not going to affect our view because it's just a glass effect. See? It's like turning on and off the lights in your ship. Night vision is right alt L. Breaker yards, gotcha. It was fuzzy and had some scan lines through it when you turned it on. I see. Oh my god. Alright, so we're looking for a breaker yard out here, yeah? Rock bottom could have something. Teddy's Playhouse, Dunlow, elsewhere. Let's try rock bottom. You could accumulate a salvage mission and the delivery salvage mission twice the AUEC. Like salvage the but you have to turn in salvage from the salvage. Oh no, they let you keep your salvage. You're right. Good call. I think they'll have lamp probably on specific types of visors. Maybe exploration focused visors. Or night operations focused visors. So at this point then, you can never see the ground, right? Let's turn this on and see if it's any better. Oh my god, it's so much better. Holy crap, guys. I can see the ground completely. It's like daytime. Oh. Oh man, yeah, they did it. They got it. They nailed it. They freaking nailed it. That's crazy, dude. I love it. Alright, I'll open the door, you hooligans. Wait, hold on. Who's this? Whoa! Oh, this is Ninetales. They about to shoot at me. Oh, shoot, that looks sick. Dude, the scanning animation looks dope. Yep, there it is. Crap. Whew. That was a bit close. Okay. That was a no-go. Let's try different spots. How about the orphanage? I just don't like these places that shoot at me, man. Can't they be a little more calm and friendly? It's Star Citizen. Do you really want to just shoot at people all the time? This is reason for some people to jump back into the game. Seems weird that hundreds of years in the future we wouldn't have night vision. Yeah, but also not so weird if you consider the game is incomplete. I mean, I know it's in jest, but in reality, there are a ton of things in this game that we should very obviously have that we don't, 'cause they just... I do like it. I do think it's a really cool implementation. What are the chances that's a crashed ship down there and not just some minables? It replaces the right Alt plus L. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here either. So interesting missions, but we are going to need to start seeing more salvageable ships, or at least the ability to, I guess, understand where we can find salvageable ships a little bit more. That starts to be the challenge here. Go into a belt near an L station. You can find plenty of panels to salvage. I need a construction material as well. How about one of the mining bases? They talked about how they had trouble coming up with night vision, like what type of night vision would be great, how it would work, such as places that have atmos, so radiation could be a thing. Yeah, we'll be covering that in a minute here after we finish the salvage, actually. Last patch, you had random ships floating around the Glacium ring nearest markers. Alright. If I can't find anything, we can... I probably won't spend too much time. A ton of asteroids out here. Like, ship graveyards would be cool. Didn't they mention something about ship graveyards? Floating around planets? Is that in the game yet? No, these are all mining bases still. Comms arrays. Yeah, no ship graveyard. Where even is the base, the mining base? Is that it in the distance? Ice caves are in? Are we gonna have to head to Microtech to check that out too? Another asteroid. Plenty of mining to be done in Star Citizen. I'll give him that. Urgent Hush. You have a lovely day, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, more asteroids. Yeah, lamp does help you spot the base from further out. Yeah, it actually helps you see the asteroids much better out here. As long as there's less light, lamp really helps you with visibility. Can't wait to see it on helmet visors. Special helmet visors. Not everyone should have it. There's gotta be something around here. Come on. Just another asteroid. Asteroid. Come on. Do you have to be lower than the freaking number up there? Even if you're changing your scan angle? I see, that's just their emissions, huh? Oh, man. Why was I getting a bunch of hits before? Now I'm suddenly not seeing anything. There we go. Yeah, there's no salvage out here. Nothing out here. Yeah, I need to go to some Salvage Tuesdays for sure, man. Not having great success with the mining bases. How about we head back? And I don't want to fly all the way back to Hurston right now. Yeah, I could just do a salvage mission. Oh, that's so boring though, dude. Salvage claim out at Arc L1. Well, let's see if I could just find something at Arc L1 naturally without them spawning something in. The L1 stations have panels sometimes too, right? So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so that's the ping angle, not the scan angle. I thought this was the scan angle. So it only gets up to 90. Just got this game yesterday, Luff. How's it been treating you so far? Any game breaking? Any wow moments? Alright, new locale. New opportunity for fun. Let's see what's out there.
Wow.
Probably spent a couple hours zooming in on doors, screws, and hinges in the hangar. I hear that's what it's like when you get into VR too. Am I detecting the turrets? Is that what's popping up here? That's not very helpful, is it? You know that? Mr. Goodspeed. Dude, hey, thank you for the super chat on YouTube. Welcome into the stream, buddy. How have you been lately? How's things been? How's your own stream? Damn it, stop pointing me at the space station. Ah! There we go. We got a hit. You've been playing a lot of Star Rupture? Think about jumping in on that next... Whoops. I'm thinking about jumping in on Star Rupture next week on stream with you guys. Ah, oh, god dang it. You can't salvage an armistice. Hey, yeah, I can. Did I get outside of the armistice zone? Is that why? Here we go. Debris. Wonderful. We got some panels here. Now we have to get one SCU of each. Ah, thank you very much. I was forgetting how to gimbal it. Still can't control it with your eyes though, huh? Alright, so I got one SCU already of these goodies. Let's see, can I now fracture this? Do the panels fracture? No. Ah! No, I'm gonna have to do the... Alright, so we're gonna have to go to find an actual ship then to do the rest of this mission. Well, thank you, panels. Honestly, this is a good amount of money. Like, if you were a salvager, this would be a solid find. Just chilling out here in the L1 stations. I'm down for it. Okay. So we need to find ourselves a spaceship. Could be a player's, could be a NPC's, but we gotta find something somewhere with no shields on. The gateway might have some stuff left over. Is it an armistice zone, though? Get one of my ships. That's so easy. Run gauntlet. I don't know if I can fight the gauntlet in a vulture, to be honest. I just really want to find this stuff organically, you know? I think it's a lot more interesting that way. I'm going to try a couple more different hotspots and see if we can find something. And if not, we'll just take a mission. Let us try... Try another Lyria location again. They're going to be less popular because we're in the PTU. But let me give one more try. Missions will stop the turrets from shooting at you. Good point. We could just grab a paid contract. We could. Considering it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see how far we can push it. Have some fun with it. Aaron Belt or Cruel 4, there's a higher chance of you spawning an abandoned C2. Why are those spots? I'm just currently looking for abandoned ships. If you are interested in an eye tracker, as always, you can get a 5% discount here on the channel if it's something that interests you. I will soon be doing a comparison between this and virtual reality. Not because they're like the same thing, but because they're two options that I have. And I figured it'd be interesting. Operations Depot, Lyria. What's buckets? What are we supposed to get with 4.6? We're getting new salvage missions, new mining missions, night vision, a new narrative set of missions, new space stations, a convenience shop at the spaceports, some weaponry balancing. I think that's mostly it. I don't have any VR right now. $24,000. That's a lot. That's a mining bowl. Of course we're entering private property. Whose property is this? Granite. Looks like we took it for granted. What do we got here? Minables. Over here, what do we got? Minables. Kim Golex. Hello, welcome in. Does this patch have any update on VR? I don't think so. More minables over here, I think. Yup. Keltos are at major cities, yes. Ninetales controlled, of course. Ugh. Alright, fine, I'll take a freaking mission. Star Citizen still makes it too hard to just find salvage in this game. Where do they want me to go? Arc L1, perfect. The salvage mission is at the same place they want me to turn in salvage goods. That seems a little too convenient. Jeff Thacker, good to see you. Defend site bunker missions. Toes. As the Avocado was saying. My good friend Avocado. What VR headset are you considering? I am probably going to do a little looky-loo at the Pimax headsets. For my own personal, like if I was gonna buy one, I think I'm looking at the Steam frame or the Pimax Dream Air. But I had no intention of getting a VR headset for myself anytime soon. I do not have the resources, we'll say, for that. I'm using the SteelSeries headphones. Arctis Pro. Alright, it's finally time. We got ourselves a ship here. Yes, we got it through another mission, but it's still a ship. And so we're gonna make the most of it. Got it. All right. So, now we should have our goods, right? Oh, now we have to actually collect it, huh? Right? Is there any more I have to actually do? Dang it! I keep getting too close, man. Hard to tell how far away it is. Wait, come back. So much for that sweet spot. Dang it. I don't even have a tractor beam either. Oh my... I need a tractor beam, dude. I'm trying to get into the sweet spot with this thing, but it's so hard to tell with these arms. Okay, just kind of bump into me here. There you go. See that percentage that goes up and down based on how far I am? I'm trying to just get that to be lower, but it's... I keep getting too close and bumping it. Got it. I feel like I was catching a Pokemon there. Okay. So we got our one SCU of both materials. Now we can finally go and turn them in. I swear, usually it doesn't take me 40 minutes to salvage 2 SCU. I promise. Usually I don't salvage SCU, so. Can you just switch over to the tractor beam? Oh, yes you can. Look at that. I just had to hit like Alt. Focus tool. I had to focus one of the tools. Yeah, I just had to right click. There's the tractor beam. Then I could just focus in on that tool and I could have used it like this. Well, folks, just in case you didn't know, you do have a tractor beam. I was just too dumb to get it to work. I have not salvaged in a Vulture in a while, so I'm relearning all the key bindings. Where the heck am I even going? Okay, it just disappeared. Where... Am I just supposed to drop the boxes off in space here? Is that it? Just ditch them? Anybody have any clue on this, or am I... I'm not even at a mining station. I'm at a Lagrange point, am I not? Yeah, I'm at a Lagrange. Like, I could just turn it back in there, but that doesn't seem to be what they wanted. Let's see, now I have an objective again. Yeah, dude, this is, I think it's borked. I'm supposed to be dropping it off at the mining claim, it says. "20 clicks, and it's gone." And if I keep flying straight, and at 20 clicks, I don't see anything coming up. Yeah, I'm guessing something's just not spawning in here we're supposed to turn into. But I mean, we pretty much did it. And between checking out the night vision, which I think is a really cool addition, let's go check out that salvage. Yeah, that's cool. That is so cool, dude. Oh my god, that looks sick. It's a simple thing. Basically, once you're done with this mission, you'd come back here. You go ahead and eject your construction material and your recycling material. And then you turn it in whatever they need. And probably you'd get another mission that asks you to go out and bring in more stuff. And every time it expands and gets bigger and bigger until you're hiring your own friends to help you do a full org run. And this is hopefully how the progression expands outside of that sandbox. This is how it expands for the people who want a little bit more structure to their gameplay, but still want to be able to decide how they go about that gameplay. I appreciate that. From this to just straight sandbox, going out, finding your own stuff and figuring out where to sell it, to getting a very specific contract that tells you exactly how to do everything. We're getting all the different styles of gameplay for the different professions, and I think that's going to be a huge strength of this game in the near term. Not really a grind mission. This is more of a tutorial, this is almost like the gauntlet for combat. It's just a progression to get you more and more into understanding how this gameplay works with Star Citizen, so eventually you can go out on your own and do it. I'm not going to turn this stuff in. We kind of got an idea of how this works, but I hope you got a chance to see this segment of the new gameplay so far. Cheers. Now we're going to jump back to... I'm going to jump to Microtech for the next segment of this testing. What we're going to do now is we're going to go take a FPS mining mission out at Microtech and see if we can find an ice cave while we're out there. While we're in transit there, I will do a little deep dive into the night vision additions. can get a new ship while we're over there too. Okay. Night vision isn't done properly and needs a lot of work before people stop using external game lighting. Why do you think that? To be honest, I think most people don't even use external game lighting stuff. Like reshade, I'm guessing you're saying? It's inconsistent due to a lighting bug and doesn't function the same way night vision goggles do to lighten up your surroundings. Sometimes it'll just completely darken the ground for you, which is the whole opposite of what's supposed to happen. People do, and it's very common. Okay. Well, I guess for them, that's chill. For the rest of us, I am very glad that we got something that we can use here. But hopefully they can get it to the point where the reshaders also switch over. I am glad there's something native. And what better time to talk about it than now? Night vision is finally in Star Citizen. You see it here. It's only applied to the glass. It's not applied to the entire view. And it functions almost like a shader on the surfaces. So it only functions in certain ships. Right now we're in the Vulture. We'll try it in other ships. But instead of looking at more applications of it in game, I actually want to show you where this all comes from, because this has been one of the most long asked for features in Star Citizen, and the history of it is pretty funny. So let me pull this up real quick. It is a deep dive, my friends. We're going back to 2018. Johnny Just Surveys on Calling All Devs. First time, not even the first time, one of the first times that this was this was asked for, and it gets asked for a lot.
Is the darkness meant to be explored as is, or are there other systems such as night vision, ambient lighting tricks, better flashlights, etc. going to be implemented? Now,
Okay.
We talked
Sorry,
a little
Glenn.
bit about this on RTV a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yes, I believe Todd mentioned this on RTV. Yeah. So yeah, obviously, like the environment's still in development in a lot of areas. It might keep changing here and there, but there are definitely options we can look into to make darker areas a bit more kind of accessible and a bit easier to see and be able to get around a bit better. So whether or not that would be on the helmet, or we don't know yet, but we've definitely discussed things like that for weapon attachments, which is a system that we're currently working on as part of the Weapon 2.0 system.
That is the first place we ever saw it, was the weapon attachments, just last year. But it's nice that it's moved on. So that was 2018. Here is, by the way, Johnny is the gameplay, right? He's the gameplay team. So these guys are the actual UI team. This is them in 2021.
We took our cat moment. Night vision. Night vision is a big one. Obviously, in space, it's always some version of night, I suppose. But you know, as planets become a bigger feature of Star Citizen, as more gameplay moves down to them, the ability to see where you're going and not crash into a mountain becomes super important. We recently revamped Ping and gave it this brand new shader that has this really cool and kind of draws everything like this. Have there been any discussions any thoughts about implementing some version of night vision beyond just forcing people to put the ping on auto fire and just constantly
I don't know, to be honest. I
going
mean,
to see where they're going?
it's definitely
The
something
sound was
that
appreciated.
we need to improve in some way, but there's not really been any discussions on the UI side for what we can change there. I think it's probably more the kind of thing that the vehicle team and the active feature team would look at.
This is very funny because throughout the years they're always like, well, you know, it sounds good. Not really our team though. And then it goes and gets asked to the other team, and they're like, well, you know, maybe we got to talk to these other people.
Because once you can let people see in the dark, it's obviously got a load of gameplay implications. Like, you know, people can not hide anymore, or maybe we need to put ranges on things and that kind of thing. So there's loads of gameplay implications to figure out. But yeah, so I don't know where that is up to. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's thinking about it right now, but it's not really a UI team thing just now.
We were all thinking about it. So not a UIT thing in 2021. Now we're back with Johnny again in 2021, looking a little more grown up at this point, a little more wise and grizzled by the development of Star Citizen. Getting asked yet again, you could see on his face, this question again.
Night vision goggles have been mentioned a lot on Spectrum. We talked about it with the UI team about 2 weeks ago. Anything you can tell us about night vision?
Yeah, this is literally 2 weeks after the last video we just watched.
So, I mean, like, we've got some kind of we've got different scope features planned for the future. So, like, different manufacturers are basically have different tech levels. Like, we want to do things like infrared, night vision, like other features. Like, some of like we'll even call out targets like based off like your FPS radar and scanning stuff. And then this also ties into a little bit into the different visors on different helmets for different suits. So, like, eventually we'll want different gameplay purposes surrounding those, like a support suit that we talked about earlier. If you've got all of that stuff on, you might actually get some additional health readouts for people in the environment without having to bring up your, healing weapon. Or if you're wearing an environment suit, you might get more environmental data, and that
When you know that your friend's getting a bloody nose before he does.
kind of ties into that as well. So if you have some more specialist suits, we can tie some of that gameplay onto the visor as well.
Yeah, a lot of this is about like the specific equipment you have, and I do think for the first person aspect they'll probably tie it to the helmets and the attachments we have. But for the ships, it seems like they're just going across the board, applying it to all ships. Now, again, turned back to the rendering and engine team. The question comes back up in 2022. So we got UI team now, gameplay team. This is the engine team also getting asked this question.
It's the question you guys have been waiting for. Will there ever be practical night vision that players can use?
Well, much in the same vein where you don't want to promise thousands of players to the backers, I can't promise game design issues. So I think those various game designers are interested in it, but I will not speak on their behalf. But what I can do is talk about night vision implementations and how it's done, and leave it to the designers as to what that means.
I can say what needs to happen and
so
let them do the actual work.
Vision, almost every game up until the last couple of years has done the same thing, which is make the screen go a bit green, change the colors a little bit, brighten it up a little bit, and job done. There's your night vision. So that's fine. We can do that, no problem. But recently we've started to see people going a little bit further. And I don't know if anyone's played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but they did a significantly better implementation. It's worth looking up, but they really pushed the boat out a little bit further and tried to emulate exactly what night vision does, or a particular model of night vision.
They do the spectral stuff, right?
Yeah, so now they type of better approximate what each color looks like when looked at under infrared, the infrared color. So they type of convert the colors that you would see, or that an artist says this is going to be a red can. They do the maths and figure out what that actually looks like under infrared camera. And the other thing they do is for things that have particularly non-standard type of unexpected type of brightness in infrared, like a reflector or an infrared light or whatever. There's certain materials that will reflect very brightly. The artists have marked this up, so they have this data to give you the much more convincing visual. So yeah, that's definitely in the vein of one. The one thing we have to be careful of is the amount of artwork we have means we can't just have to go and ask the artist to go and flag up every single material they've ever looked at. But we do already have various markup on materials so that we know the rough surfaces, the types of thing they're made of. So we can retrospectively type say, oh, all the ones that were made of metal, this is how they should respond. All the ones that are made of like, reflective strips, they respond like this. So there should be scope to do something like that. And that's definitely what I aspire to. I can't promise because we're not doing that right now. And until design say today is the day you make the night vision mode, that is the day I can talk more freely about it. But yeah. It'd definitely be an interesting thing I'd love to explore.
Somebody call up Ali now. He needs to talk more freely about it because it's here.
All right. So what I'll tell backers right now is the next time we have the opportunity to talk to Todd Pappy, we'll squeeze that question in there, and see what he has to say. What are the technical limitations?
Right. That was 22. Then we step forward to 2023, on again with the engine and graphics team. Sylvan, my man, I don't know if you're still in chat, but Sylvan, who was just here in chat with us, is here in this episode. He was talking about some of the Gen 12 stuff, and maybe a little VR stuff, who knows.
Yeah. You mentioned, well, you sort of mentioned night vision, but you got close enough that we can't avoid it. Now, the question that comes up for every other team, and they keep putting it, I always put it off to the graphics team. What can you tell us, if anything, about night vision tools? Any option for players
Dude, people have been asking about this so consistently for so long.
Flying or fighting at night.
Last time this came up, you promised you were going to lynch Todd Pappy.
He literally did. We just heard him say that, and he didn't ask him.
I think you should follow through on that promise.
He asked Ali again twice in a row,
and get him, and because we need. I have technical ideas and thoughts on that, but we need the design. Like, is night vision in the future the same as now? Is it infrared? Is it based on some other form of technology? But yeah, what I've mentioned in the past is that if you want to do it really well, then you you emulate what we call spectral rendering, which is an incredibly complicated field, but there's elements of it you can simulate where you can type of identify the materials that have a non-standard way of reflecting infrared light, which would be like anything that glows in the dark or appears to glow in the dark on an infrared camera, which is type of like reflective gear, like your I don't know, I can't think of any good examples right now, but there's certain materials that type of don't reflect as you'd expect. So they need picking out specially, otherwise doesn't look right in night vision. Otherwise it's type of a filter. You need to type of take your colors and type of it's a complicated topic. It's hard to type of break it down, but what we see as red, green, and blue is obviously not the true picture of what happens in reality. In reality, there's millions of wavelengths of light, infinite wavelengths along a spectrum, and then infrared is just looking at one portion of that spectrum. But the artist doesn't model what happens in that different spectrum. They just model what happens in these very free specific spectrums that the human eye can see. So we have to type of map or guess, how do we get from the artist altered colors to the type of the infrared spectrum or whatever spectrum.
So spectral rendering, I'm just going to do a little movement here so we don't get booted, is what he's talking about. Some special mumbo jumbo rendering stuff. They're higher level than I ever will be. But he was saying it in many more words than I think I could possibly imagine most people would understand. So we'll jump forward now to 2023 when it was asked again, this time of the FPS and flight teams, and see what they had to say.
Oh, wow, we're just hitting the big ones. Okay, we went from armor to FPS radar to night vision. Are different types of vision something you are working on right now? They will ask this question of every team. They'll ask it of the UI team. They'll ask it of the graphics team. They'll ask it of the FPS team. They're just hoping anybody has anything to say ever. Give us something, Zach.
You get a sense of how desperate people are.
So
something.
Just
say yes.
Obviously, when we've got our new scopes, and that is a good step in that direction. We've been talking to graphics about it, and using the filter stuff that we have now. It is possible, and it is something we can look into, and potentially. So, no confirmations from us yet, but we've had those conversations. We're talking about it, and we need to figure out how we can do it, and where we do it and where we put on, and how it looks, and so on and so forth. But you'll have seen in the ATSCAV sniper rifle during the talk how there is like a tin, for example, on the sniper scope, and things like that are the sort of things that we're looking into, and having scopes with potentially like different shadings depending on manufacturers and things like that. So to slightly dance around the question, yes.
Just do it. Just make the night vision.
It's up to graphics, not me.
No, don't.
It's every time they talk about a different
I
team.
mentioned it to Ali. He ran away. Just do it. He was scared.
Because we keep tracking down Ali. He doesn't want to hear about it anymore.
Soon. Yeah.
This is literally like one of those things that it's just we've brute forced them into misery to the point where they're like, okay, we'll put it in the game. Oh my God. But honestly, I do think that a lot of this kind of stuff is happening because we're seeing the graphics department, the engine, finally catch up. I could keep being like a broken record and saying it, and it sounds like a cop-out, but I do genuinely think that a lot of those things like server meshing, persistence, Gen 12 renderer, the Vulkan API, engineering, like these things are happening because a lot of these initiatives are finally starting to wrap up or reach some level of maturity. All right. So he pushed it off to rendering team, and I think this was one more time we got to hear about it right before 3.23 went live again with another gameplay team.
Last question. This one also has a specific instruction for it. Make sure I get this right. Okay, hold on. Go ahead and follow me to JJ Tom.
These are three very, very important people in the company. And you can see, dude, it's every time. Wait, every time with JJ's face, man, he's so over night vision. Can we please, editing, can we please zoom in on his face here? Oh, poor guy. Does not want to get asked about this anymore.
Hey, JJ. Why the F don't we have night vision?
He's so over it.
WTF, man. Well.
Is that another WTF? Come on.
Oh, man.
Night vision, yo. Night vision.
Okay. So, night vision. So, I've got some good news. I saw and was playing with night vision on weapon.
I'm sorry. We got to cut that out. We got to have Mrs. Tomato cut this out. This freaking face. Can we get this an emote on the channel, please? Anytime a Star Citizen person asks about a feature, this is what I want everybody in chat to spam. We need to, Mrs. Tomato, write it down. We need to get a freaking emote of Johnny with this face. I love it, dude. It's so indicative of everything that we experience.
WTF, man. Well.
Is that another
Still has hair. His hair got longer.
Night vision, yo. Night vision.
Okay. So, night vision. So, I've got some good news. I saw and was playing with night vision on weapon optics yesterday. So, we have got it to a point where we can put them on the optic lenses using our new optic tech that came in with 323. This is not to say that this is coming out with 323 to be very clear, but it does mean that we can look to a fairly close release whenever we feel like we can get the content out to people, so people can actually start using these. And it works, it exposes more light when you're on the dark side of a planet, so you can actually look around and see what you're trying to shoot. And it's a little bit more uncomfortable to look around in a well-lit environment, kind of as you'd expect. So that's the good news. The slightly less good news is that I know people are probably going to start asking when can we get it on visors and ship cockpits and things like that.
Yeah.
The answer there is we need to assign some more time to it. It's a bit more complex. The new optic system gave us a really good opportunity to play with some of those settings, but the visors and the cockpits aren't set up in the same way as those. So it's something that we're going to start looking into and finding where we can fit it in the roadmap, because we definitely do want to provide that for people, but we've got some design questions to answer first and some engineering to do as well. So that will come
honestly,
further down the line.
Okay, so out of all the times that we've gotten, we've seen the way that this answer has changed slowly over the years, and that was the first time I feel like we got a definitive, like, this is coming, we are working on this, we just need to figure out where it is. And a lot of times in the past when you get an answer like that from CIG of like, yeah, we got the ideas, we know what we're going to do, we just got to fit it in the roadmap, you'd realize that they did have the idea, but fitting it in the roadmap for CIG was like I don't know, trying to make sure you're eating food while you're sleeping at night. It just doesn't happen. Luckily, jump forward about a year and a half. So it was a little while. It took them a little while to get it into the roadmap, but finally at Star Citizen Live at the end of 2025, we got the jive. No, we got some news about night vision.
Go back on dark planet surfaces. When we kept extending the range of the headlights, it didn't work well. It's really unperformant. And when you got a group of ships together and they're all pointing at each other, it was impossible to see anything, because it would just be like driving down the highway.
Everyone remembers the scouts.
Everyone's got the high
scouts
beams on.
super bright thing you can see from orbit.
Yeah, it was
Thank you very much.
People need a way to be able to actually navigate in the dark. Like, absolutely, that's something that's needed. So
Night vision landing camera.
So
Just Game, thank you so much, dude, why am I lagging so much here? Let me close some of these tabs. Got 46 freaking gigs of RAM. Still can't quite do it, huh? Thank you so much for the subs, my dude. Oh, crap. I just lost where we were.
I'm totally panicking that this is this thing.
Dude, what is going on with this? Can my computer just run normally? I've lost the night vision mention. Okay, 116.41. Let me just take this, okay, and get out of here. Maybe open it on here.
Lots of ship talk. We can speculate about what that is. And then let's end on a high note. It was always like a big ship. The big ship for Fleet Week this year was the Idris.
Dude, where's the night vision talk?
Night vision landing camera.
Here we go.
So, we do have plans for a solution. It's a system called, we're calling it LAMP.
LAMP. Not Star Lamp?
I mean, I didn't pick the name. I didn't pick the name.
Starlight would have actually been a solid name.
It's to...
I love LAMP.
Or Starsight? Nah, Starlight.
The entire purpose is light amplification, so it's to let people be able to fly and navigate at night. It's currently in early stages. We don't exactly know when it's going to be going out, but what it does is it puts...
So that's, again, this is CIG saying 2 months ago that they were at early stages with this feature. That's generally not what CIG means when they say early stages.
Light amplification on all the canopy glasses, so you actually be able to see what you're doing in the dark.
Yeah. If people have used the FPS scopes with the light amplification, it's a more expanded version of that.
For your cockpit glass?
For your cockpit glass.
Oh.
So that's the solution to have you navigate at night. Now, if the question was because it's cool,
it is cool.
Ships.
Yeah, just blame me. It's fine.
It is cool.
I still want an underneath landing camera though.
That would be cool. So that is the legacy of people asking for night vision in Star Citizen. And now I'm going to take you to the dark side of this planet just so you can get, if you haven't seen it yet, it works pretty good, I think. It only applies to the cockpit glass, as was said. It, I think, does a pretty good job of making things visible. Obviously, it's still the first version. As of just 2 months ago, they were saying it's early, so I'm guessing they still have plenty of improvements to do to it. It's not even applied to all ships yet, so we'll see how it develops, but for now, people seem fairly happy with the implementation. And this isn't, is there not a dark side? Dude, for my entire life, I've tried to avoid the dark side of these planets and moons in Star Citizen, and now when I'm trying to find one, suddenly it doesn't, what? It's just gone. It doesn't work in any ground vehicles yet that I know of. Next thing I want to see is it get applied in, I want to see it get applied in specialized helmets. There we go. Man, I hate how long that takes for it to give you access to your ship again after quantum. Okay, so as you can see, we can't see. It's easy to see. We are currently about 9 clicks off the surface of the planet, which in my opinion means I'm about to hit the ground and die. So, you know, normally I would just start pinging it constantly, but now night vision actually gives us a pretty good sight of what's around us. You don't have to ping. Yeah, this is going to be very helpful while dogfighting. I'm almost always crashing into the ground when I'm dogfighting, and obviously you turn on your lights and those don't get anywhere near the ground. Like that, this doesn't help when you're 3 kilometers up in the air. Godsend, dude. Ping looks crazy with lamp. It actually is super bright. For some reason I'm unable to ping right now. But yeah, ping looks pretty nuts. Again, see nothing, see everything. I'd say it works pretty well. Oh, let me try something here. Whoa. Get out of scan mode. There we go. There's what pinging looks like. You don't like the Drake orange? Yeah, so it does come in different colors depending on which manufacturer you're with. This one obviously is. Doesn't help that it's freaking... it's so snowy around here. There's a good way to see just how different it is. All right. That's night vision for you. Let us go check out the rest of this update. I want to go check out an ice cave, see if we can find one. You want to see a ground vehicle? I'll land here real quick and try it. Drake orange is bad considering the MFDs and small text are orange, but it's not that bad. CIG's designs most of the stuff based on real life stuff, hence their whole philosophy and yeah, that light bug is triggered by going to the third person. I think I got the kind of picture I'm looking for. Just wanted something for the thumbnail. Hello, Frasier. The night vision is in yellow because it's matching the manufacturer's color. This window is open. That's why it doesn't look like there's night vision there. If I close it, then we're good. Ow. Okay, windy out here. Looking for ground spawn pads. They never make them easy to find. Here we go, I think. Just drove around at 300 miles per hour with doors open, but got out into the brisk wind and on your ass. Well, dude, my legs, all right? I haven't been lifting leg day. You don't have to call me out for it. Can I not get any vehicles here? That would be phenomenal if I came to an outpost where there's no vehicles. I think I might have done just that. Hello, Domate Zabe. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, Maraba. Do all the ships have night vision now, or how do you turn it on? Right Alt plus L turns it on, but not all ships have it. There we are. Not all ships have it yet. Just a few different ones. I'm trying to see here if a vehicle may have it, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like I would have heard about that by now, but we'll try like the most generic vehicle or whatever I have. See if it has it. If not, I mean, if it does or if not, it doesn't matter. We're going to go and do the rest of our stuff today anyways. Is there a link to Mr. Kraken's list? What list?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
We will get... is there a Cyclone maybe? Ursa would probably be updated if it was going to... If something was. Maybe the Pulse. try the Ursa for now and just see.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Night vision color packs soon on the store page. Get 4 different colors for your vulture. Warbond, of course.
Well, back in the day, they used to talk about that being an option. Bro, don't look at YouTube chat anymore. Have some patience, man. Jesus. Were you supposed to get progression in your abilities to run fast to be stronger? Something kind of light version of that. They haven't talked about that in a long time, though. Ah, crap. No. No night vision on this.
Welcome to Rollins Space Industries.
I don't have anything popping up. Oh, Kraken had the ships it was working in. Jesus, did he go through all the ships and test that? How'd he find that out? The Pulse has it? Okay, we'll try it on the Pulse then.
Welcome to the ASOP.
The X one also has it. Don't think I have an X1. Let's try the Pulse.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again.
CIG did state that. God dang it. We can swap out the ship's computer, and that the HUD color would be one of the things you can change. Yes. Indeed. You'll post it on Discord, all right. Patience, I'm still waiting for you to read my super chat from Christmas. Super chat from Christmas. Oh. Sorry, I'm a slow reader. Sometimes I'll miss your chat. All right, this one. Where's the Pulse supposedly have it? There's no glass on this thing. Where does it have night vision? I'm unconvinced. And now it's jumping around. Pulse MFD? What would the MFD need night vision for?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Kraken is like that for the past 3 hours. Jesus, dude. And they didn't do it on the Dragonfly either. I guess.
The vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
I don't know. I guess there's no ground vehicles that it's really. Bender, Fortune, Gladius, Golem, Hawk, Hurricane, Intrepid, L-22, Merlin, Mole, Nomad, Pulse, Razor. Yeah, I don't really see anything that would be worth using here. We can grab the Razor, but that's just going to be to fly back to the station, honestly. I'm going to grab something else so we can go try one of these ground mining missions.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Your vehicle, please visit us again.
Yesterday you watched some ship commercials on YouTube from the beginning and how much they've improved. The 300i was ugly at first. You take that back, sir. Some people would say that the old version of the 300i looks better than what we have now. Thank you, Gumbo. It's the MFDs, but it's not currently working. That is so weird. I like this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mirage looks good. It's like a calm, it's a soothing blue. You like the Top Gear inspired ads? Yeah, I miss those. They did a good job with those. What does that sound? Sound like an electric toothbrush. A weird electric toothbrush. I don't want this deliver thing on my screen anymore, so I'm gonna ditch that. Mirai always makes the best. They need to be allowed to make a capital ship. I'm wondering when they're gonna be able to make a larger ship like the 400i kind of size thing. Seems like both Mirai and Kruger are very loved for that sort of a ship. Now let's see if Tomato reads that. What? You know what ship is ugly? The Spirit. I think my mind purposefully blocked it out, so I couldn't see it. I sent a super on Christmas, you never read it, and that's okay, I know you're a busy streamer. What did it say? I'm sorry I missed it. Genuinely, I try to see as many of the chats as I can. Especially the super chats, so I'm sorry that I missed it on Christmas. Or the Christmas stream. Isn't Mirai just supposed to be sub-MISC producer? They're related, but they're technically different brands. It's like, I don't know, Genesis, Hyundai. It's like a little bit, it's a little bit more separate from, say, AMD to Mercedes or M to BMW. and a Hyundai. It's like Acura Honda, maybe, or Hyundai Kia. Show us a new station. We will be there. We'll head over to Nick's after I do this mission and we'll check that out. Uh-oh. Ah, crap. I can't even tell you guys what I did wrong there. That was a stupid mistake. Oh, you stopped paying attention for a couple seconds. That's actually part of my ARG to get you guys all excited for me to get some dual sticks and no longer be flying mouse and keyboard. I'm building up the hype. Why did I do that? Because I am terrible at flying and paying attention and doing anything correctly the first time. Just open the door. Just open the door, please. Okay. I just want to open the door. Just let me open the door! Okay. Yeah, we could do this, Star Citizen. Press F. No. Let me out. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Totally makes sense. This is let us I guess maybe back out to menu. Does anything else work? No, I can't select anything. That's fantastic. All right. Maybe it's just like a little glitch thing. New gel system. They impounded me because I crashed into the station. They said, "What you doing?" That's an attack! Hey, I drive Hyundai. Whew. All right, back into the game we go. Is my shift key stuck? I don't know. I don't know what that was. Use the Alt F4 fix? Yes, I've heard about that. What time is it for me? Probably time for me to get better at this game. Let's be real. I put like an extra 30 minutes on whatever we're doing because I can't fly in a straight line. Or maybe I fly in straight lines too much. Like, what's my problem? Do I stay in a straight line too often? Or do I forget my straight line? I think it's the problem of staying in a straight line for too long. Just depending on my ship to change my direction. If I look that way, I'll go that way, right? Oh. Oh, that's not good, is it? Yeah, I just lost my computer, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this has something to do with the fact that we put that RAM in. And that might be a problem now. Same timing, same brand, same speed, same size. Is there any reason why an additional stick of RAM should cause my computer to just shut down? Something new every day. Is it gonna? It might not even be starting up. Well, we'll see. They must be paired. See, where are you getting that? I need a source for that, because everybody in chat's saying they don't need to be paired. Yes, it is 3. Oh, they do need to. Okay, so they need to come in exact pairs. See, there we go. There it is again. There's a whole. See, that's what I'm f***ing talking about! I hate RAM. Fuck RAM! Fuck computers! I fucking hate computers! Fuck them all! Fuck up! They're so stupid! Take my fucking RAM out. This stupid cock-sucking PC. Fuck you, RAM! Okay. Ripped all the RAM out. Let's see if it works. Or is it, do I have to only install RAM on Sundays?
Maybe you have to do it.
Maybe that is it.
You have to
Do I need to
dance.
pull off my left f***ing toenail and stick it in the RAM slot as well so that...
Okay. Come on, deep breaths from your nose.
Deep breaths from my nose, is that going to make the RAM run poorly if I breathe too deeply?
It will make your heart run well.
Ugh. Fuck's sake. I'm so fucking sick of computers. Close, just close and run. Just run, just do your job. Ah. And it's gone again. Yeah, 2 and 4 are filled. That's what I always fill 2 and 4. Or A2 and B2 first, yes. Oh, man. I don't know. It's not even starting anymore. All right, I'm getting a lot of advice in chat. I want to be really clear. I do understand how RAM works and that it comes in pairs and that it fits certain motherboards and CPUs and all that stuff. My problem is, never mind. I don't even want to talk about it. I'll figure it out. I don't want to talk about this anymore, guys. I'm fucking sick of this. Don't worry about the advice in chat. Let's just move on. Let's just move on and talk about anything else, please. Please, by God. Trying to help. I'm just saying I just want to talk about something else. Not blaming you at all for giving advice. Okay. Hey, look, another update. We updated 3 days in a row. Still another update. Surprise, surprise. Authenticate for the 3rd time today. Got something going on with one of my screens. I have a problem with my monitor. Hold on a second. Now there's something going on with my monitor now. No, still not fixed. Okay, I'm just gonna have to deal with that, I guess. I'm just gonna go to a space station and Nix, guys. I think I'm done with the game for today. We'll look at the new space station and then wrap it up. FPS weapon art refactor. I think they just updated a couple of guns, shaders and stuff. Hey, Just Game, I forgot to add you to the Toast Gang, dude. Thank you for your support, brother. Thanks for keeping the stream going. I appreciate you. Thank you for the bits, Maverick. Much love, dude. You know what, guys? I'm done with this. I'm gonna sign off for the day. I'm gonna pass you on to somebody else. I just don't feel like playing anymore. I gotta figure out my computer and see what the heck's going on with it. I hope you all enjoyed today and had a good time. I will be back with you all on Friday, as we do. We'll be checking out more PTU stuff. We'll probably pick up on the things that I wanted to check out today, but I honestly, I can't be bothered right now. I just need to have a moment and figure out this computer stuff. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoy the rest of your week. You're great people. You deserve some good things. Treat yourselves well. Eat some good food. Do something you love. Surround yourselves with people you love. And get the most out of life. You deserve good things. Catch y'all in the next one. See you on Friday. Check out the new video on the main page, and have a lovely one. Bye.